My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay, today is February 2nd, 2023. It is 2:20 a.m. This is video number 2. New subscribers, welcome. If there are any, let's go on Twitter. Alright, so this one, I literally just saw it. There's me highlighting everything so I could put it on my list. Is that I just saw it and I wanted to share it with you. Alright, good news from Australia. It was Liz. Okay, new $5 note won't feature King Charles III. It will instead honor Indigenous Australian. Okay, I didn't know that was a debate over there. Okay, great news. Okay, I saw that the 5 will be dedicated to 5 Australian instead of KFC 3. Wow. Okay, this is a commercial. Oh, do you feel the winds of change blowing from the antipodes? Bravo, Australia. This is my I'm proud of you two-face. Bravo, Australia. Okay, so when did they just post this? 8 p.m. So it popped up on my timeline a few moments ago. Okay, so let's go to the tweets that I wanted to share with you. This one will focus, I guess, the Sussexes. Video 1 was focused to Kate early child, first 5 years and stuff like that, but this one is gonna focus on the Sussexes and Harry. Okay, all right, so let's see this one. This woman really comparing her 10 years abusive relationship with Prince Harry's happy life. Some of these women really hate Meghan and it's disgusting. I think they just don't want to believe men can love the way Harry loves Meghan. It hurts them inside. All right, let's see here. All right, what did that say here? Official Mel B. Okay, it was her I was making reference the other day. On one of my videos. I was like, one of the Spice Girl, I think I call her Scary Spice. Yeah, she is the Scary Spice. I sometimes see on US TV. So let's see here. Prince Harry, the interview wanted a shady reply. There's the rolling eye. I'll come to this. Let's listen to that. Oh, it's a thread. What in the name? I'm not gonna go through all of them. Oh, okay, let's focus on that. Okay, this is the one that I saw. Let's focus on it. I'm telling you, you could be thrown off different direction on Twitter. Let's listen, and I have to stop in between. 1 minute and 2 seconds.
Prince Harry writes about the Spice Girls in his book.
I was just listening to that as I was taking my Rottweiler for a walk
And
the
so
other day.
what did you think? Because I thought it was maybe a little bit shady. The only Spice, he said Ginger was the only Spice to whom I felt any connection.
This is a ginger and she's a ginger.
Yes, but he also says that the group was intoxicated by flashes of the camera.
Because we...
What are they? I mean, this is Harry's feeling, and then I guess this interviewer is expecting Scary Spice to be offended by it or something like. I like the way she responded. I didn't listen to it, but I'm glad she responded to it like that. Okay, let me move it back slightly. I haven't seen her that much. The Spotty one, is it Spotty Spice or something? But let's listen. I'm moving it back.
Ginger was the only Spice to whom I felt any connection.
This is a ginger and she's a ginger.
Yes, but he also says that the group was intoxicated by flashes of the camera.
Because we were on our mission to make sure we were empowering women.
Yeah.
And said it doesn't matter what colour, shape, size you are, love yourself. Yeah. And we're going to sing about it and write about it.
Yeah. So
oh my God. I'm very impressed with her response. This guy is looking for something else. I like her response.
So his account checked out. You didn't feel any.
I mean, I feel sorry for Prince Harry right now because he's been isolated from his family.
Yeah.
And I know what that feels like, being in that abusive 10-year relationship, and that's what happened to me. And his audiobook.
Wait a second. Wait. Okay, those English people have the same mentality. Let me rewind it slightly. Something I didn't get right.
Now, because he's been isolated from his family.
More. I'm sorry.
His account checked out. You didn't feel any.
I feel sorry for Prince Harry right now because he's been isolated from his family.
Yeah.
And I know what that feels.
She feels sorry for Harry because he's being isolated. Okay? Why is he in the US? Why? Did she forget that part? Okay.
Feels like being in that abusive 10-year relationship, and that's what happened to me.
Wait a second.
Relationship, and that's what happened.
She's comparing her abusive relationship with Harry's. This is a family who... okay, I don't want to say the wrong thing here. But why is she comparing her life with Harry? Harry's situation is completely different. Not because Harry's a prince. Nothing. As a human level, I'm talking about here. Okay? I don't follow her for me to know what happened to her abusive relationship. I'm thinking of a man and a woman. Okay? Married couple, completely different. But there's Harry here. He is a freaking grown man who's making a life decision for himself. But they reject the woman he loves. And then they're going out of their way to inflict pain onto him and his wife. This is no comparison. And then he left that toxic environment in the UK to come in the US with his wife. And then there's no comparison. This, I completely disagree with Mel B on that. But okay.
And that's what happened to me. And his audiobook, I wasn't really listening too much about what he was saying because an audiobook, it's all about their voice. He has the loveliest voice.
He does. It's sexy.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Won't go that far, but it's definitely, you want to listen to it, let's put it that way.
I think it's sexy.
Okay. That was the only part I disagree with her. Even in that part where she said Harry's voice and stuff. There's a couple things I missed. This is why I want the physical book. I listened to the audio and couple times people were saying things I didn't get it. I don't remember hearing it. I don't know if I fell asleep or whatever, but whatever. Let's see here. Mel, after this, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the original tweet. Okay, Mel is feeling sorry for Prince Harry because she knows what isolation feels like. Yeah, that's the thing that I caught as well. Okay, let me go back. I don't want to go because I see it's a long thread, so let me not go into it. Let's focus on that. Okay, that's not what I got from what she said. Am I wrong? It sounds like she meant the abusive they both endure with the family, not his relationship with Meghan. Yeah, that's the comparison. Yes, that's what I got with the family. And this is why I'm saying I brought it to the human level. Forget about the prince or whatever. I say human level, and I differentiate her relationship as a wife and husband relationship. She was having issue here, and I compare it with Harry with his family. Okay, the royal family part. Okay, but not with Meghan. And I was like, do you know why Harry is in the US? Did you see what happened to him with his family, the royal family, going out of their way to inflict pain onto him and his wife? This kind of thing. So yes, I agree with that comment. Okay, it sounds like she meant the abusive they both endure with the family, not his relationship with Meghan. Yeah, that's exactly that. Okay, she used the term isolated. The derangers use it all the time. Harry is happy. He said he is. Why then she said that? I mean, she has a different, everybody have a different way of responding then. Just because you see it that way doesn't mean she has to respond it the same way as you do. And this is why we could criticize and say we don't have to agree with her, but maybe she felt like the isolation. Nah, I cannot compare it. It's not a good comparison in my view. But if she sees it that way, but she compare her husband, her ex, I assume, the one she was having abusive relationship with, as the royal family. That's what I see here. And her as the same boat with Harry. Okay? So the relationship she's talking about is Harry with the royal family and her with her ex. Meghan was not part of that, in my humble opinion. Okay, I think she meant the abusive situation at the royal family. Okay, she just got a royal honor. If she thought the royal were abusive, why did she take the honor? She also called Harry isolated. Harry left because he wanted to and is surrounded by people who love and support him. Why will he be isolated? That's a very good point. This one I agree. This one I completely agree, because he decided to leave. Okay, Ivan, but did she know why Harry left? Okay, so this is a very good point. I like that one, because isolation is where people remove themselves from you, but Harry removed himself from a toxic environment. Let's see here. Oh, well, I didn't understand that part. I hear the video again. I got it. Thanks. Okay, so people getting it. Okay, Mel B don't even look the same anymore and had to do a double take when she said that mess. Haven't she just recently received a OBE? Okay, I don't follow her for me to know that, but whatever. I guess they're looking for people to be on their side. That's what I see those OBE medals are for. What did she done? She should have get it since she wasn't the Spice Girl, but I don't know what she've done. Then again, I don't follow her for me to know. Maybe she has done something drastic where she needs to be recognized. I don't know. Okay, I honestly thought she was being kind and sympathetic. Go figure. Harry talked about going back to the UK and getting frosty reception from everyone at Westminster Abbey. What? When did Harry say that? They were isolated. He said it felt cold. Well, when he was talking about when he went to the church, the one that everybody saw, the Commonwealth, I think that's what he was making reference to, where he didn't see anybody for a very long time, and then when he get back, they just distanced themselves from him. So that's that. All right, let's read what's there and move on, because I have more tweets to share. After this, okay, the way she said isolated from his family when Meghan and the kids or his family made me bristle. She may have meant something else and worded it really badly. Yeah, I think she was making reference to the royal family. Yeah, I think the royal family. I don't think, and her comment here, Meghan was not part of it, it seems like. Okay, she could mean the royal family isolated him from them by bad behavior, but he is isolated is horrible phrasing. Okay, these people are honestly deprived. I have found a common theme with people who publicly speak poorly of Harry and Meghan. They want their meal ticket too. Publicly voicing this could guarantee her a seat with Dan Wootton and Piers Morgan. This is what they do. I don't know. I think I understand her, but the comparison was wrong, in my humble opinion. I understand Mel B, okay, but the comparison was wrong. And some wording, like some of the squad here mentioned, was worded the wrong way, in my humble opinion. But I don't see it as bad. Okay, I know, right? I saw this earlier, and that made me so angry. Why would you be so angry about that? Okay, that made me so angry. Prince Harry is not an abusive marriage like she was. This is the part where people get caught off with, because she compared her abusive marriage when in fact Harry is in a loving marriage. But I don't think she was making reference to the marriage aspect of Harry, but she was making comparison her abusive marriage to Harry abusive family relationship with the royal family. Okay, not Harry's marriage. That's the way I see it. Okay, I know, right? I saw this earlier and made me so angry. Prince Harry is not an abusive marriage like she was. Do people want Prince Harry to put his extended family ahead of his wife and children? Would that make him better man? Would that make him a better man? What is wrong with people? Yeah, she worded the wrong way, but I don't think that was the comparison she was making. I'm sorry. I understand the squad, but what Mel B and unless Mel B could come and tell me I'm wrong, or the squads are right, but whatever. The comparison she made was wrong, but I think I understand Mel B, and I also understand the squad who probably did not understand Mel B's comparison. Does that make sense? Alright, she was solely comparing her being in an abusive relationship with her ex to Harry being in a relationship with Meghan, in my opinion. Nah. I don't think Meghan was in that conversation. No. Abusive relationship, her. Abusive with the family, royal family with Harry. That's what I think. Because the isolation thing. Harry is not isolating with Meghan. She doesn't know what's going on in the Meghan's household and Harry's household. Alright, so that's what I think. I think really listening, I did not get that from her. Alright, let's read some few more. Let's see if somebody gets what I said here. Okay, I've lost all respect for her and any organization she championed. Nah, I will not go that far. No. I don't think she's mentioning that. Okay, people could disagree with me. And anyone who's making comment about something they agree or disagree, put the timestamp, because when you say you disagree, I read it and there's no timestamp. I'm not gonna listen to an hour plus video to see where I said it. Put the timestamp so I could just hear. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I think she's not making the same comparison. She mentioned her abusive relationship, but for Harry is the relationship Harry has with the royal family in the UK, but not with Meghan. That's what I got here. Hers that they don't have it, especially from a prince. Harry is a prince bit. He has the heart and stomach of a king. Okay, there's a reason why Eddie Murphy didn't want nothing to do with. Oh my God, I'm not gonna go that far. No. Okay, she was just awarded an OBE. She is now an informal mouthpiece for the royal family. Okay, I'm gonna stop now because I don't think it's that far. I don't think she meant it that far. Okay. The comparison, I think some of the squad, in my humble opinion, did not understand her comparison. And she did not make herself clear as well. And I think that's where the confusion is coming. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it as that before I say something stupid for the squad come after me. The squad don't give a F. They'll come after me too. Alright, so next tweet. When Meghan Markle went to Rwanda, she took the children watercolor and painted with the kids. The paintings they made were later exhibited and sold in the Toronto gallery, raised $15,000 for the community. Okay, let me bookmark this. Okay, let's see. 36 seconds. As short as this is, I'm gonna stop in between. Okay. Ooh, there's a music. I'm gonna mute it. I'll let it play just in case there's wording, but read what's underneath here. I don't know why the other one don't copy the same model as Meghan have done. Harry have done the same model with charities. It works, so they bring it to global scale. Meghan have done the same thing on a smaller scale, and it works. She bring it to greater global scale. So this is why Harry and Meghan works are being recognized for what they do, because they started from a smaller aspect and it worked. They use the same model. It's one of those, if it doesn't break, don't try to fix it. Okay, it's the same thing they've been doing before, and now they bring it together, and it's a recipe for success. All right, let's finish it. Okay, let's read some of the comment. Okay, we believe that philanthropic work is more than a handout, it's a handheld. Archewell Foundation. This is something Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan Markle have consistently said. They made the community a part of the solution by empowering them. Okay, this is from the report. You could either pause this, read it, or look in the description to look for the link to read the entire report. Okay, and I've shared this so many times already. Okay, she's always thinking, Meghan really impresses me. That's a super creative way to raise fund, and pulling in the artwork of real children makes issues immediate and personal to people wanting to learn more or donate. I love it. Again, what is it? I think Kate had a something for kids for painting and stuff like that. There's this here. There's a perfect model, a perfect blueprint. Why doesn't she do that? There's a lot of millionaires in the UK, if not billionaires, during the COVID era. Okay, a lot of people got rich in the UK. They want to look like they did something good. Do something like that. Bring children to do some artwork. Give them a theme. Okay, make them do their painting, and then find some local artists who could do framing or whatever. This is a nice way to employ some people. The kids make the watercolor painting, get some, you know, wood shop workers or whatever who could do framing, put the paints and frame them and sell them. Okay, keep the art going, the charity going, and then pay those artists, the people who make the framing, keep them afloat. I don't know, I just came up with this on top of my head. All right, from what Meghan have just done here. She's always, okay, I read that. Okay, always thinking of solution concerning cooperation to raise money for vaccines, smart work capsule, together cookbook, solution driven philanthropy. She was too good for the royals, that's for sure. Okay, whilst money is raised is a wonderful thing to achieve, how much money did it cost in order to achieve? What is she talking about? Okay, I love how Princess Meghan always hit the ground running. I'm gonna go into that to see what some people are talking about here. Okay, she takes action and her track record accomplishment and really impress. Okay, and really impressive. Love to see. All right, let's go into that. Whilst money raised is a wonderful thing to achieve, okay, how much money did it cost in order to achieve it? To achieve, what is she talking about? The money went back to raise, you know, I guess to buy the things to make the water for the pipes, and I think they made more than one, okay, in different part of Rwanda, if I'm not mistaken. People who follow Meghan from before could correct me on that. Okay, they made enough money to make more than one. So those materials, those people who's drilling to get to the water table, okay, to tap into the water source, they have to pay those people. Rwanda is not like many of us who could do charitable work. Time is money, okay? So those people who's helping to make those, they're not doing it for free. They pay them, and then that helps the community. Oh my God. Okay, let's read it. As long as the return outweigh the cost, who cares? More people donate when celebrities get involved because they bring more attention. And this is the platform Harry and Meghan said. They have a unique space, okay, because of who they are. People wants to associate themselves with them, so they bring charities that close to them, that they're passionate about, and bring them on the platform. Okay, it must be exhausting for all of the haters to constantly find a way to spin a negative into a story. Yeah, that's what I was saying here. Okay, the cost is too big for a lifelong supply to clean water for that community. Next. Okay, what? The cost is too big for a lifelong supply of clean water for that community. Next. That hate and jealousy has done a number on you. And the other thing that I just got here, it's almost like with the hub community, the cookbook, they raise the money. All of a sudden, the amount of money that is raised for that specific community, the egghead felt like they didn't deserve that money. Okay, instead he wanted to take the money to put into other project. Okay, this is the same thing here. Meghan worked her butt off, and the kids, not just Meghan, and the kids who made the painting, okay, and brought it to Canada and made that ID and sold it. Okay, Meghan could have, anybody around this could have easily kept the money, but they make sure the money goes to where it was originally, so they don't cheat those kids. Because one of the issues from what I've read is that many of those young girls were traveling miles to get water, and some of the water they were carrying over were not even clean. So what she did, they pick a spot, a center of the community, create a well, so those kids don't need to travel miles away to keep them from going to school and do some other important things, because water is source of life. So she bought it right in the center of community. So you get up in the morning, go get the water, short distance, and then you get on with your life. Getting the water don't need to take half a day, this kind of thing. So, and then enough money was raised for more of these wells to be created, different places, different communities in Rwanda. But these people felt like they don't need that. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, the mindset of these people. And then it's not like it was for free. The kids help as well. Meghan said, okay, we're using those watercolor paintings, and then you did them, okay? And those kids invest their time in whatever little painting that they did, and Meghan took it over there. Some people who care enough for it bought it, and then I'm sure those paintings will cost more now that people know where those painting work came from those kids. Oh, this is one of those kids that Meghan have helped, and this and that. If people were to sell it again, it's probably gonna raise, one of these will probably make the same amount that she raised for selling all of those. My God, the mindset of these people. Okay, direct your question to World Vision. Meghan was a World Vision ambassador before Harry. This was a creative project she did after helping build a water system for the original community. She also helped build girls' bathroom in order to promote period hygiene to help female involved in Rwanda and India. Okay, good question, Joanne. Okay, her return flight and accommodation plus same for 3 people she insists accompanying her. From memory, what? This nonsense that she's raising. I remember coming across, there was someone who was traveling with her and said she didn't even need anybody to come with her. This is the nonsense they spreading. Oh my God. Okay, why can't you just be positive about a good thing? Fundraising is not a novel idea created by Meghan Markle. There's always costs, and the organizer can either cover costs by giving her their own time and money, or costs can come out of the proceed and the profit goes to charity. Good grief. Okay, well, I suspect not. Next tweet. My goodness. And this is why they bring people who already could do, you know, people who already have money, whereas sometimes those charities don't have to take from their saving for those traveling. Meghan could easily use her own money and go over there, and her time. Okay, time is money, don't forget that. But she donate her time to help all of this, and then in return she did all of this and make a profit out of all of that for World Vision. All right, there's some people who create charities because they care about it, but there's some I have to think twice about it. All right, next tweet. Someone said this is gonna be Kate's next handbag. Okay, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, those squad are petty as F. So if you know, you know. That's from Deal or No Deal, suitcase number 24. That was Meghan's. Okay, haha, there's the laugh, there's this, there's Meghan with that. Okay, and what she'll be wearing. Oh yeah, for real? What a drastic change. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm trying to just focus on my fave, but this is funny. Okay, I wonder how she will get a black mother. Revoke that person's heaven ticket. Revoke that person's heaven ticket. This is a good one. It's very simple, but it's very funny. Let's see here. The squad are just laughing. Let's go to the next tweet. That should have been last. I like to leave the funny tweets last, but I was keep on adding and adding. Alright, there's this one. Why Meghan Markle wasn't snubbed by Oprah at her birthday party. UK media really want to paint Meghan's character their own way. Okay, you know, quote, them if she is snubbed or them if she accept and join. But this is about 25th anniversary of women fashion, not Oprah's birthday. Okay, I had no clue what this was about. Where's my comment? There's my comment here. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Okay, so there's this. No, Meghan Markle wasn't snubbed from Oprah's birthday party. A story has been going around about Meghan's that's literally false. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to click on that because I don't want to read the article. Okay, thanks for pointing out and dispelling their usual lies. There's the thumbs up. There's me here. I don't know the issue, but it seems like they want Meghan to be in everything that is happening. These people are really crazy and obsessed with Meghan. All right, two people like it. Okay, after this, that's okay. Let's bring this was embarrassing for the trolls. A scan of the room made clear everything that was going on. They need to go ask their mascot how to better raise their children, and pushing away from the keyboard will be a good start. There's the rolling eye. Right, it wasn't Oprah's party, it was somebody else, but they surprised Oprah with a birthday cake because her birthday was the next day. Oh, okay, I don't know. Whatever the occasion was, it could be that Meghan was asked and didn't want to go, or had a prior plans. She is a mother of 2 young children. Her priorities are her hubby and her kids. We don't know how many invites she turns down from time to time. These haters are reaching tiring. They are neighbors, both like tea, probably meet in private. Meghan did not need a get together which will be made public. Okay, it said that this event has to be reported in the first place, and this is why I'm like, they want her everywhere, and she's not gonna be everything they ask her. She's gonna show up. It said that this event has to be reported in the first place. Even if Meghan was snubbed, so what? Her and Oprah are still friends. I've had friends that didn't invite me to stuff and we're still friends. It's just a part of life. The trolls are just tired and bored. They need to get a life. They did the same thing when it was Obama's birthday. Oh, they did? Oh, God. So Meghan's supposed to be with everybody? I don't know. Oh, my goodness. Next tweet. Okay, I started listening to this and then I said, let me share it. Okay, exactly. Some of them are even mothers who are used to patriarchy and oppressive societies. They themselves are perpetrators of the oppression of women. Some will rather their daughters face all kind of harm in their marriages than divorce or leave. What she said. All right, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I think this is a TikTok. I'm sharing it, but I'm gonna stop in between. All right, let's listen.
Girl, I was just as shocked the way this woman was talking. She made it sound like Meghan should be grateful in her divorces started to be married to a prince. So anything that came with it, she should just sit down and take it. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? No. And she called her all kinds of names. No, she's a witch. She's a divider. She went in and divided the family. She's making Harry leave his family. Only witch women do that when you...
Oh, grown men, they're just repeating the tabloid nonsense. I mean, the tabloid knows they get a couple people to eat their stories. Whatever who she was listening to is just repeating the tabloid thing. But Harry literally said he was the one who decided to leave, and he made the decision as the man in the family. And he saw things was getting too close to comfort and get his family out of there. And then he was the one who chased Meghan. I mean, some of these women really have low self-esteem, and they expect Meghan to accept every nonsense. My goodness. And especially in Spare, where Harry said they were having some sort of discussion, and then Harry had said something to Meghan, and then Meghan left the room, and then for like 15 minutes Harry didn't see Meghan, and he went to look where she's at, and she was sitting on the bed, and they have that calm collective conversation where Meghan put her foot down and said, don't talk to me like that. I'm paraphrasing now. Okay, don't talk to me like that. Where did you ever hear a man talk to a woman like that? Meghan set her boundary right here and right there. Said, don't talk to me like that. If we're gonna raise a family, I don't want this. Okay? Meghan had, I mean, it's good to have a partner in life because you just never know what lies ahead. But you can't be in an abusive relationship and expect to stay just to show other people that you're in a relationship. No. But anyway, let's listen. I went for...
You come into a family, you find everything good, and then all of a sudden people don't get along. I'm like, you don't know the full story. You only know the stories you see on the media. Now he's telling the whole story, how it happened from day one. And we all see it, we all hear it. People are just mad that she stood up for herself.
That's right.
They're just mad that this man loves her and is willing to save her and his children. And for that, he needed to step away from this abusive family. I was shocked and so disappointed like an African woman. You know what women, us African women, we go through, black women, we go through, the hate we go through. And you are incapable of supporting your fellow black woman who's going through abuse.
Oh, so that was a black person who was saying this. Wow. Well, let me finish listening to this.
People are so used to abusive situation, they think it's normal. Everybody should just sit and take it. No. She made it sound like she should just be grateful. She's in a royal family. No. She knows her worth. It doesn't matter where you are. You have to know your worth. And she was strong enough to stand up for herself. That's why people hate her. The fact that she said, no, I will not be abused. I will not lose my life over this. I'm going home. I would have done the same thing. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. I will pack my things and be gone. As a matter of fact, she can afford to be on her own. She's been on her own, making her own money. She requests nothing from these people. She wants nothing from these people because she can do it on her own. She's a very, very smart woman, beautiful, intelligent. She can make it. She has been making it. He's the one who sought her out. He's the one who fell in love and asked her to marry her, and she did the same. And now people are just...
Oh my God, I wanted to hear more. She's spot on. This is spot on. Yeah. Meghan need nothing from the royal family. She's been making it on her own. And then this is why they're so pissed. Yeah. All right, let's read some of the comment. Okay, I have been so surprised, if not shocked, seeing my black, mainly from Africa, and brown Brits, Indian, Pakistan, pandering and catering to right-wing conservative colonizer mindset. It's like some type of weird societal Stockholm syndrome. Wow. I've seen it too. Okay, I love listening to this. She summarized it well. The hate is because she had the audacity to say no. And the other thing I was thinking when I was listening to her is that there's some people, okay, who think living in a mansion, you have garage, 4 cars, and all of that, and it's what happiness is. Okay, but there are some people who have 4 cars. There's nothing wrong with it if you could afford it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it if you could afford it. The same way I raised the issue with Ford Fiesta and Lamborghini. Okay, if you could afford it, by all means. But for me, I could afford a Ford Fiesta. Why? Because I don't want to be an adept to have a Lamborghini. Lamborghini can even carry most of my groceries or whatever. This is for extra money that you could spend on this luxury car. But for me, I have kids who's gonna be going to college soon, who gonna need certain things, and for rainy days, hopefully no rainy days come in my house. Okay, so people needs to know what they could afford and what will give them peace of mind. Okay, I love peace of mind. Okay, I had a house renting and all of this, properties being rented out and all of that. As soon as I have kids, I had to hire people to take care of it. They were not doing the work and all of that. It was issues for me. I don't want to tell people, oh, I have this house, I have that, people's working for me. No, it was a headache. I sold it. Problem solved. Okay, problem solved, and I'm focusing on my kids and other things. So people need to know their worth and stop living to show off. When you're living to show off, this is where the problem is. You're gonna have to work 4 or 5 jobs to show people you have when you don't really have to. Okay, I've raised this on PYTE before. I've heard blacks in the UK with the same thing. They can be very vile. It saddens me every time. Okay, you are spot on. Black women who abuse Princess Meghan lack self-worth and self-esteem. I'm not surprised people are so desperate to get on that table when you do not conform to the mindset of the world and start to see something different. You cannot be controlled. That is why black and mixed race women who know their worth are hated. These people are leaders. That's right. I like that one. Okay, they are especially triggered because he is telling people what happened behind closed doors. They want to say, quote, don't tell people your family business, end quote, but families should not behave in a manner in which people find out they've been doing will be embarrassing. Then again, I agree with this comment as well. The royal family should leave Harry and Meghan alone. They should not be telling the tabloid things about him. And this is why he felt the need to tell his side of the story. The same way the Oprah interview had to be done. Because these people were spewing nonsense, vile, untruthful things to the media. So they had to stand up for themselves. There's a clap. Every single thing she said, there's a clap. I've had conversation with friends who have this ideology, and I decided not to speak about it with them anymore because my blood was boiling. Okay, we will put up with all kind of degradation just to fit in. That's very sad. And then this is the thing here. I've said that also, where there's Meghan who was supposedly close to be at the seat of the table, but they kick her out. The example that I'm thinking is, I think she was out with Harry's friend or something. They were making gay jokes or whatever, and I don't know where I read it, but I know I read it somewhere. And Meghan put a stop to it and tell that person to not talk about gays or whatever the person had said. And then you have Boy George, who went on in public to degrade Meghan. Meanwhile, there's Meghan privately who was defending him, but here he goes in public putting her down. Okay, she was looking out for all the little people who did not have a voice, but hey, okay, well said. Only God could help the, society right now, because too many people are confused. Too many people are confused. Next tweet. Okay, no need to say more. Alright, let's see here. You know what's funny? Meghan supporters, Sussex Squad, actually support Meghan's patronages, whilst Kate's fans don't. And you know why? Because they are just Meghan's haters, looking to put someone on a pedestal in order to ignore how mediocre Kate is. If this was Meghan's charity, I can only imagine the comments. Okay, I wonder which charity. Maybe the thing that Kate was doing. Okay, they are definitely not taking a step back when someone brown gets too close. Okay, nailed it. There's that 100%. That's not true. Kate's not even mediocre. That was a comment I read. Was it? She didn't even make it to a bare minimum. I forgot the comment. I think it was one of the videos yesterday. They are bad, period. Why they are not supporters? Because they could care less about KKK. They just want to make sure Meghan doesn't surpass the white woman, which she has 1,000 times. KKK fans has always been the bottom tier, but like her, no matter how much they like to dress up, there's the laugh. Oh well. Okay, written by a member of Sussex Squad trying to belittle supporters of the royal family. Jeez, you are pathetic. Okay, what is that? No need to say more. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I can't believe I'm almost an hour. Okay. Okay, who do you think? Oh, why did I bookmark this? Who do you think some people want banned from TV? All right. There's Dr. Shola. Look at her. Then Wotton.
Sussex Squad. Sussex Squad.
Okay, I think I've shared one of her video. The name came in the comment section, but I don't remember. She's a presenter in the UK. Oh shit. Okay, there's that. I'm not gonna say anything. You see that. And then Shola, Squad Art responding. They want to liars and gutters rats. Okay, absolutely not Dr. Shola. The other three ban and thrown them to the rubbish bin is where they belong. Rubbish. Okay, the first one because they can't handle the truth. That's for sure. The other three apart from Dr. Shola. Okay, me, I also pick Lady Colin Campbell. I bet it's Dr. Shola. Alright, so that's that. There's more comment, but there's that. Let's go to the next one. I think there was a tweet that I come across. It was a thread. Okay, I have 3 more. Okay, so I saw this. Let's share. Highlights from the Plus 44 podcast, a convo with a panel of 4 black Brits discussing, quote, what do Prince Harry's revelation reveal about racism in Britain, end quote. I enjoy the different perspective, though some resonate more than others, worth watching in full. Okay, I'm only gonna share this. There's a link here. Where is it? On YouTube? So it's on YouTube. Whatever it is, I'm gonna have to stop in between.
No, I agree with you. And I think one of the things that's interesting is there have been plenty of commentators that have pointed out these issues. And, you know, a lot of people have pointed out, people like Shantae Joseph, who have pointed out ultimately, if you look at the way that he's talking, he is still trying to wrap the institution in a slight cotton wool, in the fact that he's not really being as direct as he should really be in the context of what we're talking about. I don't think people are as naive to take it all on face value.
Do you think he should be? I don't expect anything more from him than what he's doing. And I'll tell you why. This is his family. It's not our family, so it's easy for us to talk. I don't know if I would do what he's doing if it was my family.
Sorry, mum, but if my mum was going on with a madness and it spilled out in public, I'd have to call her out.
I just think that he's done us all a favor, really. He's exposed.
He's done enough for me.
He's exposed his own family.
Yes.
For goodness sake.
His own blood.
He's exposed them for a lot of things. You know, him and Will fighting. Kate and Meghan, their row over bridesmaids' dresses. But ultimately, he's exposed the racism, the institutional racism within his own family, but aside from within his own family, within that institution.
What he was saying at the beginning, the sense that I was getting is that Harry still feel like there is some sort of a kind of reconciliation. There could be some. I know a lot of the squad don't agree, because once they took your security away, you know what that means. Okay, and then disclose his location. But for some reason, because I think Harry, who lives in the institution, he knows all the power players that guide his family. So he feel like if the family comes as a family, there could be some sort of reconciliation. But if all the other group, you see the courtiers, like for me, I say Camilla should not be involved in all of that. Camilla and some other branches within the institution, in other words, the firm and Camilla should stay out of the family issues, because these people around that makes the firm run, they're the one who's stirring the pot. Like, was it this video I was reading where I think Pagan Trelawney was saying some coaches sometimes create problems so they could solve it because they're lazy as F. Okay, so this is the thing that I see here. I think Harry understands very well the family aspect could probably work fine for him. The same way he's been saying he wants to differentiate the public and private. When it's private, it's the family aspect. No courtier should be involved in all of that. But you have the father who married that woman who's bringing the media into the family aspect of that, which stirs shit into the family aspect. It's going to be very hard for Harry to get what he wants. Okay, and this is why he was telling the father, well, that's not the reason, but at the beginning he was telling the father, don't marry Camilla. You could see her do all the things you were doing as a couple, but the marriage part don't get involved. But you see how all in the face Camilla is. In my humble opinion, it seems like she's running the show. So I think Harry said enough just to let people know what's going on, but I think there is so much more that could have been said. Okay, in every family situation there's always those kind of things, sibling rivalry, sibling fighting and all of that. But William took that sibling rivalry to another level where I don't know what he did to Meghan. Backstab. Okay, it's another conversation, but I'm gonna move it back slightly. Let's continue.
Within his own family, but aside from within his own family, within that institution. And I think that's incredibly massive, and we can't take that for granted. Sure, he's not Malcolm X. He's not. He's never going to. He's never going.
Anybody that tried to say that,
oh no, they will.
He's never going to be. He's
People
never
are
going
prisoners
to be.
of the moment.
He's
He is the
never
Martin
going to
Luther
be-
King
he's-
of 2023.
He will never. He will. He will never be that person, because once again, we're talking about a man who has come from immense wealth and privilege. He's not going to.
What he was saying here about his Martin Luther King thing, no, he's not. I mean, I know he's joking, but he is the product of what Martin Luther King was preaching for. Okay? Harry and Meghan are the product of what Martin Luther King was preaching for. Okay? So that came to mind.
He's not going to go up there and say all the perfect things. He's not. But what he has done is actually exposed the racism that us black people have been talking about for decades and decades. And now it's on the table. It's making the British public very uncomfortable. It's making British commentators, British journalists, British tabloids very uncomfortable, and they have to deal with it because as long as he keeps talking, they have to keep on coming back to the racism in the monarchy.
Well, I don't think Harry wants to keep on talking. If the tabloid keeps on talking, Harry will continue talking. This is the order of things, the way that I see it. Harry will be more than happy to just focus on his work, but the tabloid will not leave him alone. But they kept on talking, so Harry wants to make sure, in other words, he's keeping up with the truth. Okay, each lie they put out, he find a way to put his truth out there. All right, so if the tabloid stop talking, Harry will stop talking.
Come back to the racism against Meghan, and we have to hold their feet to the fire about it. To be honest, he's not the enemy. It's the Jeremy Clarksons, it's the Piers Morgans, and it's all that lot who literally put his wife through hell. And I think that's worth something that he stood up to.
And then who is boosting or who's pushing the Jeremy Clarkson, the Piers Morgan, and all the other presenters in the UK to go after Harry's wife? Who's pushing these people? Who's give them the boost like it's okay to do that? Okay, so there's that people need to think about as well. Okay, and the other thing as well is that more black Brits need to speak up. I could only make reference to Dr. Shola, and I don't know who these young people are. Okay, the plus 44. Those conversations need to be spoken more in the UK. If this is a radio station, okay, I'm pretty sure there's more black people or whatever in the UK who probably will listen to that. Enlighten the mind. I think black Brits or lack of, I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm not saying they're dumb, but certain action I could say maybe they are. But the things that we are seeing that is happening, maybe they're not exposed enough to see it as well. This is why sometimes I pray, let the blind see, because those people are very slick with their intention and things that they do. They don't quickly open it up and say, oh, I'm being racist to you, and all. No, they are very slick to that. Okay, they could be racist to you with a smile and you think they're being nice to you. Okay, but those young people who are aware of some of these need to speak up, have a conversation, let people talk about it. You're not gonna have everybody agree. All four of them have a different perspective of what Harry said, but it's a discussion for people in the UK, black, brown, who, you know, the other demographic in the UK could talk about. And there's Harry, who grew up in a privileged position and felt like he has to leave that behind because it's too toxic. Okay, money doesn't bring happiness. Okay, so there's 2 more videos. Let's listen.
David, I think you saying her being woe is me. Could you give us an example? Because to me, it sounds like Piers Morgan saying, I don't believe she wanted to commit suicide.
Oh,
how can you possibly even know that? How can you believe somebody is being woe is me
when I say
we've
woe is
seen?
me, is because
You know,
if
tell us.
okay, let's say you punch me in my face, I can punch you back in a way that makes it seem like I didn't throw a punch. That's the point that I'm making. The royal family have attacked, well, the institution have attacked them, and I believe that they are attacking back, but acting like the attack back isn't an attack back.
Is it a retaliation?
Retaliation is still an attack.
No, but it's a response.
Yes,
it's a response to an attack.
Is still an attack back, because there's a difference between
No.
and that's why I think their trick has worked on you, because I believe that they are like, we are gonna get them
But if Netflix came to you and said, let's do a documentary, would you do it?
violently.
Exactly. So
I'm not gonna lie. But hear what I'm saying.
He's bringing a point here. I'm trying to get it as if, okay, like I was saying before, if the tabloid did not say all those lies, look at that other guy who went on, I did a review on Pure YTE. I think is 60 Minute Australia or something like that. The lies that was being said, and I had to do a review on it because it was full lies. Things that was happening, because I follow the Sussexes and I know some of the truth. And Harry cannot just sit back and let it be gone. I even said it before Harry and Meghan did the documentary, before the book Spare came out. I was like, oh my God, this is too much. They need to speak their truth. They need to say something, put it out there, or if they are afraid to put it out there in our current time, write it somewhere, video record it, give it to a lawyer, so at a different time they could put their truth out. But they're more braver than I thought. They're putting it out as things is happening. So Harry needs to speak up. So this attack that they're talking, well, if you think of it that way, if they're attacking them and then they stay quiet, I mean, the lies is gonna spread like wildfire, and people around the world gonna think this is who they are. So they're telling people, no, what the tabloid is saying, it's not who I am, it's not what I do, this kind of thing. I'm gonna start all over because I wanna understand his point here. All right.
I think you saying her being woe is me. Could you give us an example? Because to me, it sounds like Piers Morgan saying, I don't believe she wanted to commit suicide. How can you possibly even know that? How can you believe somebody is being woe is me?
This is one thing. When it comes to mental health, we should not ever underestimate the person who's telling you the issue they feel they are having. Okay? If you yourself never don't have any background onto treatment like that, is to take those people seriously. Okay? And give them, or if you can, help them find the help that they need, because mental is a very tricky thing. Who is hard there, Piers Morgan, to feel like, okay, he doesn't believe what Meghan is going through, but yet every freaking day back then he's on national television bashing her. How do you know the nonsense that he's spewing every day affect Meghan? You will never know because it's not you. Okay, how dare him, and then to come back and say you don't believe that she's going thinking of suicidal. How dare him?
When
Alright,
say
so let's
see,
continue.
because
You know,
if
tell
I
us.
okay, let's say you punch me in my face, I can punch you back in a way that makes it seem like I didn't throw a punch. That's the point that I'm making. The royal family have attacked. Well, the institution have attacked them.
How could you do that? Okay, I'm not a fighter, I'm not a boxer, but when you're throwing punch, there is force, velocity, movement, and stance to show, you know, to put the power behind it. How could you do that without? I'm a little bit confused with this. So, but okay.
Point that I'm making. The royal family have attacked. Well, the institution have attacked them, and I believe that they are attacking back, but acting like the attack back isn't an attack back.
Is it a retaliation?
Retaliation is still an attack.
No.
The first two part, the institution attacked them, which is true, and they respond back in a way to clear up the confusion, the nonsense the institution had put out. Okay, and then they were not even talking about the institution; they were talking about the press.
But you an attack
is still an attack back, because there's a difference between.
No.
And that's why I think their trick has worked on you, because I believe that they are like, we are gonna get them.
But if Netflix came to you and said,
I don't know, it's a trick. What trick? I don't know. I don't want to say this as if, you know, because I'm Harry and Meghan's fan or anything like that. What trick? What trick is Harry and Meghan are trying to do? There's the nonsense spewing non-stop about them. But that one moment they sat down and, well, not one moment, but they want to put their truth out there, and then decided to put it in one place where people could go and watch it. So how is that? And then they specifically say about the tabloid. It's the tabloid they're having with. Now, if the royal family claim they're not involved with the tabloid and all of that, it's not Harry and Meghan's fault for putting what the tabloid, clearing up what the tabloid is saying. But in the background, we know the royal family is hiding behind the tabloid. Okay, we know, because they're always putting their nonsense to the tabloid. So if Harry is attacking the tabloid, the royal family should detach themselves. Okay, they have one more chance to detach themselves with the tabloid, but Harry is going after the tabloid.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
Unfortunately, every single story was complete lies, which is rarely, well, which it always is, basically, which is a shame. But
everything changed. There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
I never wanted to do a column in the newspaper, but
I'd love to do a column in the newspaper. You know, article, right, this is what happened last night. No, this is what happened.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
Last time that it was too risky for you to go back as a soldier.
More the fact that I think the media had said that they would never keep their mouths shut if I went and did the same job, so I'd have to do something different if I wanted to go, yes.
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's a dirty game.
I had a chat to them. I didn't send a letter of congratulations like most of the papers. How any of the papers think that they know the relationship between myself and my sister-in-law is quite remarkable, but they're wrong as always.
The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
In a very wet Britain, Harry joins his brother building flood defenses. With the media following his every moment, Harry can't hide his irritation.
Harry, you enjoying getting stuck in?
Not really with you guys around.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
During his tour of Afghanistan, Harry's exasperation, even loathing of the press, has shone through loud and clear.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself.
My father always says don't read it. Everyone says don't read it because it's always rubbish. I'm surprised how many people in the UK actually read it. I mean, everyone's guilty for buying the newspapers, I guess, but hopefully no one actually believes what they read, which I certainly don't. But yeah, of course I read it. If there's a story and something's being written about me, I want to know what's being said. But
no one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
But whatever. I hope I make sense with that.
They are like, we are gonna get them.
But if Netflix came to you and said, let's do a documentary, would you do it?
Violently.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. But hear what I'm saying.
And let's not forget as well, Okay, they cut their security, they cut funding with Harry and all of that. They need money. They have to survive. So let's not forget about that. Unlike the tabloid was making money off of them, so instead they cherish this, they harness it, their stories, okay, and they make money off of it themselves. That money is gonna go on in their pocket to tell the truth. If the royal family or the tabloid wanted to do good after the Oprah interview, I think they should have tried to do good. But instead, they continue. Hey, if they keep on saying nonsense, I believe Harry and Meghan have the right to respond and put the record straight.
Hear what I'm saying? No, but when you catch me in that documentary, what you're going to hear is a very balanced view.
Okay, let's listen.
I think that the impact of either of those things is the same. I think if you have unconscious bias, you're unconscious about what you're doing, but essentially it's the same impact that a racist action would have.
I like that answer.
I have to look for Omid's thing. There's a video I came across where Omid was saying about the unconscious bias and conscious bias or whatever, and he explained it very well. For Omid, he said there's no unconscious bias, it's just racism. Okay, so I think Harry is giving the royal family a little leeway. Give them time to admit they're wrong and say it's unconscious, but technically we all know the royal family are racist. Okay, all of them. Okay, but Harry is giving them a leeway using the word unconscious, because when you look at things that's going around the world, literally the racism started over there with Harry's family. Okay, so they know very well, but I think Harry is giving them a pass on this. Give them time to make the change. Look at the Netherlands and the other king from whatever the other country. I did a video about it. Okay, they admit they're wrong and then they want to move forward, but the royal family do not want to admit, because once they admit they are, you're gonna hear, I mean, it is being talked about, reparation. All the other countries, they've done so much despair. Okay, this is why they don't want to say anything about racism. They're afraid because they have to pay for it. And I also think, okay, this is why they're messing up the country. They want to say when reparation time come, they're gonna say, oh, we don't even can take care of our family, or the country is poor, there's no money to give reparation. I've said this a long time ago. This is why they're messing up the UK, because reparation is being talked about, so they don't want to pay people back. But everybody, those what is it, those people who were how do they call them, who were running the slave trade, this kind of thing, their family have already been paid. Okay, one of the former prime ministers, he's already cashed in. But when it comes to pay the countries that were get the end of the stick of that, okay, like Jamaica and other Commonwealth countries, they're gonna say we don't have money. Look at our institution is in despair. There's no, this is not running and all of that. So they're deliberately messing up the country because of that, in my humble opinion.
You know why I want to say there's unconscious bias, and there is somewhat of a difference, because I want grace when our time comes. When we're talking about anything against us, we are very quick to say unconscious bias is not a thing. When the conversation is about us and other communities, we quickly want to jump and say, but wait, I didn't know. So for instance, if somebody starts talking about LGBTQ rights and they come for somebody that might not be as clued up, very quick to say, wait, I didn't know. And we want that grace when we didn't or wasn't sure how we should have termed something or what we should have said. But then when it's our turn now to give grace based on somebody not quite understanding the intricacies of a topic like racism.
For me though, grace should not stem from the avenue that the racism came about, if that made sense. So whether it was unconscious bias, whether someone was really malicious and came out and did something, or whether you felt someone should have known better because, in my case, I've spoken on it for years, whatever. I don't think those things matter. I think the end result is what we should always look to.
Grace.
Okay, I sort of understand him with the grace period of the unconscious bias, because now the LGBTQ things is being talked about more. We could take President Obama, for instance, when he first came in office, he was against LGBTQ or whatever, but he educated himself. Okay, now he understood. He opened his mind. But when it comes to racism, this one is slightly different because this thing has been going on for centuries. Okay, the royal family are the originator of this type of racism, so it cannot be unconscious for them. It is conscious. They know exactly what's going on. Okay, so that's that.
It just determines how you address it, because you can say to somebody, you should have known better, and there still is grace. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we live in, cancel culture and stuff like that. Everybody's giving Harry grace. This young man went to a party in a Nazi t-shirt and...
Okay, did he know what happened to that? Okay, let's listen.
The audacity to almost shift the blame.
I don't think he shifted the blame, though.
Bro, that would get me mad. If you come to a party in a Nazi shirt, don't tell me your brother and your sister-in-law.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I agree with what you were saying, that ultimately the end result, the impact, because this is why I get frustrated when we talk about racism. I couldn't care less whether the person who said the racism is normally the most lovely person in this world. I could not care less, really, to be honest. If the impact was still the same as the person next door who was malicious in the way they said it, ultimately there's still something to address. And that's the only reason. I'm not saying we shouldn't ever give people grace. I think we absolutely owe it to them.
Okay, I was thinking about something when he was talking about the Nazi uniform.
I don't think those things matter. I think the end result is what we should always look to.
Grace just determines how you address it, because you can say to somebody, you should have known better, and there still is grace. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we live in, cancel culture and stuff like that. Everybody's giving Harry grace. This young man went to a party in a Nazi t-shirt, and the audacity to almost shift the blame.
I don't think he shifted the blame, though.
Bro, that would get me mad. If you come to a party in a Nazi shirt, don't tell me your brother and your sister-in-law.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you.
When it comes to this, most of the squads know it was a suggestion by William and Kate for him to wear it, and he didn't think. I'm not saying he's right for doing that, but the thing that I'm getting here is that I've said it in random videos that I come across, especially the video where Harry was looking at pictures, him and William when they were young at a school, where Harry was saying, when he first went to the school, he was so happy. He thought his brother was gonna protect him and all of that, but what William did, just ignore him.
Probably one of my first days, isn't it? Me turning up thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me, when in fact he just ignored me.
The very first time I came across, that's in PYTE channel, I came across that video, and I look at Harry, the way he was saying it, the timidness in him, and there's something, okay, it's very hard, I'm not expecting anybody to agree with me, there's something that they ingrain in Harry where he's always how will I say that, there's some sort of a power William hasn't on him for some reason, but he looks so timid when he was saying that. I don't know if I wish I remember which video it was, but I said something in that, like, he was very scared to say it and he was looking for the brother to protect him, but the brother did not. But the way they raise Harry over there, this plays into that.
There's a hierarchy of the family.
And I think he sort of brought it slightly and spare the hierarchy where there's the respect or whatever, or in terms of I guess who's higher in class in the royal family. So he had to listen to what the brother said. So there's always this aspect of things. I don't think I'm explaining it well, but there's some sort of a thing. He must listen to the older brother and all of that, in certain decision. And this is why William is so pissed with him right now. William is enraged with Harry. Why? This is the first time Harry is not listening to him. Okay, about with being with Meghan and all of that. Okay, so this is the power and control William used to have over Harry. Okay, so let's go to some of the comments. So I listened to all three. Okay, I listened. They got a lot right, in my opinion. Not everything, but a lot. In addition, I'm American. Okay, I'm American, and there are clear cultural differences. Example, definitely of passing, but overall, appreciate hearing British perspective. I hope that somehow this get to Harry and Meghan. They benefit from hearing. Okay, you and I are on the same page with the passing convo. Sadly, I think the panelist is using our definition, even though I'm sure she claimed she's not. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, I was looking for you to rent. Okay, my head is in a spin. David Olusaga accepting an OBE today from Charles after Alan Cumming returned his has shaking me like why. Okay, I heard about that. And who is David Olusaga? Is it one of those guys there? Let's look. That was one of the prayers I did. Who is that? Oh, him. Okay, he was in the documentary. Okay, so that's him. He was in the documentary. Oh, there's the, how do you call, I forgot her name, the MP who called on Prime Minister saying that he was lying, and then they kick her out of the parliament. Okay, so that's him. Okay, let's see. Accepting OBE today from Charles after Alan Cumming returned his has shaken me like why. Okay, let's see here. He then accepted today. He's had it since 2019. It was given by the Queen, nominated by the government, nothing to do with Charles. He has written about it in the past. Okay, I dislike the link to Empire, but I felt wrong to turn down an OBE. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. I dislike the link to Empire, but it felt wrong to turn down an OBE. David Olusaga. Okay, so he returned his, or he didn't accept his. Okay, thanks for looking back to 2018-2019. This is progress that UK spaces are having this conversation about the British royal family. Hope they go deeper than Harry to look at the institution and its leadership. Okay, toward the end, they start to ask what does this moment mean for Black Brits and whether, okay, or how they can use it to create a change. A variety of answers, but that's the point. The discussion moved beyond Harry, and a couple of them turned to mirror back on their own community. I think that's where it should go. Okay, so we'll give it a listen. Okay, it was interesting even when I disagree. Yeah, I think so too. I think you recognize the person with the view that align most closely with mine. Okay, in my opinion, some Black Brits are a bit off key with their thinking on this and are afflicted by what I call perfect victim syndrome, racism, whereby their empathy and support is conditional based on this. So I was aware of this, especially knowing ZZ takes, but I made there to listen now. Okay, yes, I agree. As a Black Brit, definitely didn't agree with quite a few things they mentioned about Harry. Some of them are definitely Daily Fair readers. I think so too. All right, let's switch right there. It's so clear to me that the guy in black leather jacket had not read the book, nor even the docu. His view are based on UK media's representation of the book. I wish he'll read the book or watch the docu. Harry become clearer to even the hardest critics. Okay, gosh, I listened to some of the Black Brits not use this golden opportunity to amplify their activism and shift to victim blaming is so triggering. Okay, I watched this and there were talking point I respect, but ultimately it was victim blaming. There is no accountability. Their perception came across seared. Harry has never taken Black people for granted. That's true. Take several seats and learn your own history. Study it. Okay, let's see. I think the brick by brick moment at the end is the key. Anyone who's expecting Harry and Meghan to be able to undo centuries of white supremacy and colonialism will be disappointed. That's what I was saying. Racism started over there with the royal family, so I don't know. But this is a step in that direction, and each step that we take matters. And this is why they don't want any Black people to come in. So they rather ship them to Rwanda, but they'll take the same mindset, the Ukrainian, to come in, you know, to upkeep the mindset that they have. Let's see here. Wow, thank you for sharing this. Had no idea these voices existed. So glad they do. I disagree on some point, but they are so on point. Okay, I still have PTSD and on these UK black Brits. I remember how we begged people to challenge what was happening to Meghan. They criticized her instead. I'll pass and I'll still I'll pass and I'm still healing. Yeah, when Meghan was going to, I remember screaming, where are they? Only Dr. Shola. Okay, the guy in black jacket, I found him contradictory. Yeah, I can understand what he meant, but I could still punch you. It doesn't seem like I'm punching. I don't know. Okay, the image that I was getting in my head is that, you know, the body movement of a punch. Okay, but anyway, I found some people expect so much from Harry and Meghan without showing equal degree of support for them. That's a very good point too. Let's move to the next one. Oh my god, this is more than an hour. Next tweet. Okay, proud to have our partnership highlighted in the Archewell Foundation 2020-2022 Impact Report. We are grateful for all that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex do to advocate for moms. I felt like I read that. Did I put it twice? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, the Archewell Foundation has been one of the earliest and most impactful supporters of Mom First and our grassroots movement to get moms to support they need and deserve. From paid leave to affordable childcare, Archewell has not only directly invested in our national business coalition for childcare, dedicated to expanding childcare benefit for American workers, but they have helped us ignite a national conversation about urgency of supporting moms for our community, our families, and our communities. Archewell's backing and the Duchess' generosity in using her platform to speak out as a mom on behalf of mothers has advanced our support to transform policy while helping millions of moms feel recognized, valued, and empowered. Reshima Sojani, CEO of Mom First. I think I read it in video 1. All right, let's see here. Thank for the service to mothers and families. Just fantastic. You have an impactful charity. It's so important to back child care effort here in the US. Children's early years are vital important. Okay, congratulations on all of the important work that you do. Very happy to have the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in your corner. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I'm almost done. I think this is before my last one. All right. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, it is Lili. At that age, Archie didn't have this much hair. That is so cute. The way she picked Meghan's face to give that kiss, my goodness. Okay, which Sussex baby is it? Can be the only who still think it's Lili. More hair. Yeah, was it Archie had curly hair? He still does, but Lili's hair is more fine. 3 seconds. Okay, let's see. Is this like that dress controversy? Gold, white, or black or blue? There's this. Yeah, I think that's Lili. Look at the hair. Yep. Okay, that's commercial. I don't want to talk about. Okay, after this, that's it. Let's see. I'm looking at the navy and yellow socks. It's Archie, but whoever it is, they are adorable. Okay, don't y'all see a big A on the dresser? It's Archie when they were staying at Tyler's Perry. I think it's when she said that. Okay, I'll go back to it. Let me finish. See what's there. Okay, I think it's Archie. Oh my goodness, the squad or something. The squad or something. There's Harry laying there but looking at Meghan, and then there's Meghan looking at him. This is the every morning when Harry get up to see this is his lovely wife right next to him. He break the cycle where in the UK, I don't know, the royal family, they have separate bedroom. This is Archie. There's Archie here with the curly hair. All right, let's go back. Let me see if I see a A. Where is the A? She said there's a A on Archie's room. Where is it? I don't see a A. Oh, it's this. It was very blurry. Maybe it is Archie. I don't know. But anyway, like some of the squad said, whoever it is, it's cute. All right, next tweet, and this is my last one. All right, this is Chris Evan. When I first saw this, I was like, what the hell is going on? Okay, keeping my Texas friends and my prayers. I was like, what's going on? Then I started reading the comments. Okay, there's my comment here. Okay, I was like, what's going on in Texas? LOL. I started reading the comments. I was laughing my ass off. Okay, 1 centimeter of snow got us shook. There's snow in Texas. This is what's going on. Okay, while I was complaining about sunny 39 degrees in San Francisco, a friend in Texas posted this 31 degrees flurries. Oh my goodness. Wow. I live in West Rio something. I don't know. It's a mess. Okay. Having left the house since Sunday afternoon. They have snow in Texas. This is a state that don't usually have snow, so they're having snow. Everybody's panic. Okay, thanks. We lost power for about 2 hours late this morning. Haven't left the house since yesterday morning. She'll start to warm up by tomorrow. Okay, I'm just gonna stay in my apartment until this shit melted. Texans can drive until. Okay, Texans can drive under ideal situation, let alone when there's snow, sleet, ice on the ground. Oh my God, thanks Chris. Heat and light are still on here in Austin. I knew I should have gone to the damn liquor store on Saturday. Same in Northwest Mississippi and West Tennessee. My city pretty much been shut down. Said, what? They all getting snow? Okay, I don't think we will be able to do anything until Sunday. My refrigerator door is stressed all the way out. Okay, let me stop. Okay, it's more than an hour. Let's do a prayer. Okay, let's do prayer for the blind to see. Okay, prayer for the blind to see. Let's see if there's a small one. I already see which one I'm gonna play. Okay, Saint Anthony, restore of sight to the blind prayer. Okay. Please sharpen my spiritual vision. May I see people not as a tree or numbers, but as sons and daughters, I guess. Okay, so there's that. Let's do image. The one that I saw was this. All right, that's the one I'm gonna do. Prayer for sick mom, physical healing. Jehovah Rapha, my healer, my mom has been so sick lately. Actually, there's a tweet I read a few minutes ago before I started recording, but I didn't share it. One of the squatters' mom was at the hospital, so I guess this is for her. Okay, let's read. She needs your miraculous restorative hand to reach down and touch her body. Give her the healing she needs to overcome this sickness and fully recover. It is taking such a toll on her, and I am beginning to worry. Lord, please intervene soon. You are the great physician, Jesus, and I know that you can do all things. I'm trusting in you to cure my mom. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, so this is for specifically. Let's see if there's one that's like general. Let's do this one. God, open my eyes that I may see all your blessing in a new and more profound way. May I have the faith of seeing life again like a little child, never blind to your wonder. As I read this, I'm thinking Harry kicking the ball with Archie. Okay, in the sandbox, and then Archie saying more, and then there's a voiceover of Harry saying he wants his children to see the world in his children's eyes or something like that.
The world that they see is how I would love the world to be. They don't need to worry about the things that we worry about.
I don't know where I have that clip, but if I find it, I'll insert it. All right. May I have the faith of seeing life again like a little child, never blind to your wonder. May I look at everyday life as a gift, seeing all that is given with a new sense of awe. Thank you, God, for your spirit of truth that works within my mind. Amen. I think this is good. All right. The other one was good. It was too specific. This one is a bit more general, so I'm sticking with that one. All right. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right. So let me get on to editing. It is 3:43 a.m. right now.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.